She thought she would win again. The loud voice, the sharp tone, the look that clearly said the person standing in front of her was just a worker. She had no idea this night was about to become the most embarrassing one she would ever experience. If you enjoy stories where rude people finally face consequences, subscribe, like the video and listen carefully until the end. This happened back in 2017. I was working at a busy family restaurant, the kind that survived purely on reputation, no ads, no promotions, just word of mouth. And there was one rule everyone respected: customers matter, but respect matters more. That evening, a new waitress had joined our team. First week, first rush shift. She was clearly nervous, but genuinely trying her best, double-checking orders, carrying plates carefully, speaking softly to every table. She wanted to do everything right. Then that table walked in. 4 people sat down. But the real problem was the woman sitting in the middle. She scanned the restaurant like she was judging it, picked up the menu, frowned, and said loudly, "This menu is so limited." The waitress smiled politely and said, "I'd be happy to recommend something." Before she could finish, the woman raised her hand and cut her off. "No. I know what I want. Other restaurants make it. Why can't you?" The dish didn't even exist in our kitchen. When the waitress gently explained that it wasn't possible, the woman laughed and looked at her friends. "See, I told you. They don't know how to do anything here." That single sentence changed the entire mood of the table. Every few minutes, a new demand. The water wasn't cold enough then, it was too cold. The plate was wrong. The spoon wasn't clean enough. And every request came with that same tone, the same attitude, as if the waitress wasn't even human. I was watching from a distance. I could see the waitress's hands shaking slightly. She was forcing herself not to cry. She kept apologizing even when she had done nothing wrong. Then came the final blow. When they asked for the bill, the woman said loudly, "By the way, who trained you? Because honestly, this is the worst service I've ever had." She said it loud enough for nearby tables to hear. That was the moment something shifted inside me, not anger, calm, because I knew this had gone too far. The waitress came behind the counter, her voice shaky. "Did I do something wrong?" I looked at her and said, "No, just watch." I went straight to the manager and explained everything. Every comment, every insult, every demand. He listened quietly, then smiled and said, "All right, we'll handle it." The restaurant was close to closing. Staff members were slowly finishing up. Quietly, we let everyone know what was about to happen. No yelling, no confrontation, just a lesson. Then the woman said it. "Oh, and it's my birthday today, so dessert should be free." The manager came out himself and said, "Of course." She smiled. That confident, victorious smile. A few minutes later, the lights dimmed slightly. Plates came out from the kitchen. Not 1 dessert, but 4. Then the entire staff walked out. We started singing the birthday song. Not softly, not politely. We sang it loudly, so loudly that the entire restaurant echoed, clapping, voices bouncing off the walls. The woman who had been so confident moments ago started shrinking into her seat. She tried to smile, but her eyes showed panic and embarrassment. The song ended. The restaurant went silent. The manager placed the bill on the table. No discounts, no free meals, just reality. She opened her mouth to say something, but nothing came out. She paid, stood up and walked out quietly. No one followed her with their eyes this time. The waitress stood there, stunned. Then relief washed over her face. She whispered, "Thank you." One word. But it meant everything. That night, we didn't humiliate anyone. We simply proved that being rude is not power, and staying calm is not weakness. Sometimes justice doesn't shout. Sometimes it sings, loudly, publicly, and in a way that's never forgotten. If you enjoyed this story, like the video, subscribe to the channel and comment below what's the most satisfying karma you've ever seen.